and attention. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please bow your heads for a quick prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for the little shots of precipitation we've received. And we ask that you guide us in this evening's meeting for the citizens of Hazen. In your name we pray. Amen. Reading and approval of minutes from August 18th.
Motion to approve and suspend reading.
Motion by Weidrich,
Second.
second by Folkerts. All those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, same sign. For approval of tonight's agenda. Any additions, Monty, at all after?
No, minor noted on.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Motion by Folkerts,
Second.
second by Stern. Discussion. All those in favor signal by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Monty, should we jump down to 6 since Jared's not here?
You bet. That's
Okay.
fine.
We're gonna jump down to 6A. Our engineer is hopefully en route from Buell's Commission. Oh, 5A, or 5E, excuse me. My bad, thank you. 5B, we're gonna skip down to. Board vacancy. Monty.
No petition was received in my office regarding the special elections. I would defer to Attorney Kafer, and the ball is in your court as far as how you wish to proceed.
So at this point, you guys are free to appoint an individual. There's a couple of different ways you can go forward with that, I think. Option one may be to appoint somebody today if you'd like to. Option two is you could do application period, have a committee sit down and interview if need be, or just an application to find out who might be interested. So you can kind of approach that however you would like to. I think that the North Dakota Century Code kind of leaves some of that, a lot of that discretion to the individual committee as to how best to proceed with that. So, but right now, as it stands, we do not need to do a special election to fill the vacancy.
Any more discussion, thoughts?
Just like I said last meeting, I feel like we should let Jerry finish out his term. It's only 6 months. I think we, as a board, can make sure there's always 3 people here for a meeting.
Yeah. Mark, have you been in situations, obviously probably not, where we leave it like that, or what do you feel as our attorney?
So the concern that I would have about leaving it vacant, and I certainly respect the idea of trying to really honor Jerry and honor Jerry's presence. The concern that I would have is that certain people might feel that they have less of a voice than they might have had with a full commission as far as being able to communicate that. And I think that that's a concern that some people could potentially raise. There's nothing that necessarily requires you guys to appoint anybody, so I think that it is a viable option as far as I'm aware to leave the position open, but I do wonder if that puts a little bit more burden on you guys as commissioners as a whole, and whether it puts you guys in a position where the community feels like they've got a little bit less ability to reach out to you guys. And so I think those are the factors that you kind of got to weigh back and forth as to the appropriateness of either filling it or leaving it in Jerry's honor.
If we was, this is just a question I have, a lot of different things have been running in my head. You know, I'm on Dustin's side, and then I think about the other side, and then I think about kind of what Mark said. If we was to just appoint someone on the current commission, could we still allow that option of committee, or I don't really, I don't know. Or once we appoint, it's a done deal.
Once you appoint, it's a done deal.
So you'd still have a vacancy.
Yeah.
Not like it reopens it.
Right.
I'm not sure that I'm following the question.
So, I mean, he was bringing it up, if you appoint somebody that's already on the board to the president's seat,
Sure.
does it reopen it for that commissioner's seat?
Yes.
Okay, it would still reopen it.
Yeah.
So you could still go back. Could you go back and appoint somebody for that seat since nobody?
There would be a 15-day
Or you
petition.
do
Yeah,
a 15
we would
day.
start that process over.
Gotcha. That would make sense.
So we'll just roll over to the next.
Yeah, and Pat had some concerns about the appropriateness of appointing somebody within the board just to then recreate a vacancy. I don't know that the legislature is as clear as I might like it to be in that situation, as to how that should, whether you can fill that position, appoint that position within the board to create that next vacancy as a general commission position, as opposed to filling the president position, because that is an elected position, as opposed to any one of your guys' positions is a general commission position versus an elected position. I think that Pat rightfully brought up that that's not as clear as we might like it to be under the Century Code. So I think that there's some area for the city to determine what's probably best for the city. And I don't know if it was ever challenged. I don't know how the Attorney General might provide guidance on that, because I haven't seen a specific situation where that's had to be dealt with.
Any other thoughts? I mean, what I just heard from you is, if one of us, if we appointed someone tonight, one of us four, that opens up, for example, my seat.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't be able to step back into my seat come June.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, no, I guess I would say that, I guess,
Yeah.
in June and stuff, I guess, then I guess,
Well,
June, I guess, you'd be able to run. I guess,
You'd be able to
either-
run, yes.
Either.
Cause
Yeah.
cause your
Yeah.
seat would be up either way.
right,
Yeah.
either way, it's
Or
up.
like Casey got appointed to the president's seat. That could make a hardship come next June, cause yours isn't up in
Yeah,
June.
Casey and I are up in June.
I think it's you, Dustin.
No.
No, me, yeah, excuse me. Yep.
And the president's seat.
Yeah. Yep, yeah, you're right, or year after.
Does it matter, Mark, that it refers to if there's a petition for election because it's more than 6 months until the next election that it has to be? Does that in any way have bearing on appointing when it's more than 6 months till the next election? Because basically you'd have a vacant seat for 10 months.
Right,
That's a good point, yeah.
yeah. it's a really gray area. Once you-
Well, from the way Caper sounds, it doesn't sound like it's a good idea to leave it vacant.
I would have some hesitations. The other hesitation I would have is, I don't know that there's anything really hotly contested right now, but right now you're kind of setting yourself up for potentially an awful lot of deadlocks where you guys generally get along on a lot of things, but it could be difficult to conduct business if you started getting into some more controversial topics
Exactly.
where it's a 2-2 tie.
Exactly.
Yeah, you got a point.
That's a good point.
But Monty pointed that out, it doesn't make it seem like we have to call for a special election.
Not necessarily the election, that's if you have the petition for the election.
Yes, correct.
Because it's more than 6 months.
You guys can fill it by appointment now, though.
So that's basically our option.
So I guess what I would like to see do, is, I guess, even if we just, wait a meeting to see once, I guess, who would want that spot, if we were to, I mean, I guess, to, I guess, advertise, just to see once, because who we would
I like that.
Do you think we are,
want it.
that's enough time, you think? Till the next meeting, couple weeks?
This is something that we can readdress again next meeting. I mean, but then again, we have to start to wonder how long is too long then, right?
So if we advertise it publicly, what's kind of the steps in that work?
If it were me, I would, I'll say, do your call to action to where any applications due a week before the first meeting in October, so that you can gauge who's interested, get the applications in, and then that right there, and then distribute that so that you guys can look at the qualifications and make a little bit more of an informed decision rather than say, oh, Joe Bob just showed up. I like Joe Bob, let's go ahead and nominate him. You can actually look at that and say, and look at the qualifications and really have a little bit more of a informed decision going into that process.
I like that idea.
The October meeting.
October's
7th, it looks
Seventh.
like.
So it gives
One
you,
month away.
And you've got September 15th or October 6th would be your next 2 meetings.
Oh, sorry, Monty, what was that again?
Your
Oh,
next
yes.
meeting is September 15th or October 6th.
Any other thoughts?
So then too, if anyone on the board, then I guess wants it too and stuff, I guess,
Yeah.
We go along the same lines.
yeah, I guess like either that, or then we just move up you, Jason, because I guess you are the VP, so, but,
Yeah, it's whatever. But I didn't know that my spot would be up then.
well, your spot's up either
Your
way.
spot's
Yeah.
It's up either way,
It's
but
up either way.
I don't have an opportunity the way I would
You
later.
could still
Yeah,
run.
you
Well,
can
I
run
have to, I have, Yeah, I'd have to get a petition for re-election signatures.
You,
Same as you will.
Yeah,
no matter,
yeah,
no matter
yeah.
what,
Yeah.
you,
Whatever.
but instead of running for the presidency, if you wanted
It'd be
to go
the
back,
commissioner, yeah.
you would just go back
Yep.
to the commission.
Do you guys wanna do the 15th, or do you wanna do the 6th of October?
I feel like the 15th ain't quite long enough.
I don't think it is
I
either,
feel like the
Casey's.
6th is a
Yeah.
little too long.
Well, too, I think we probably already, or the guys that I guess might wanna do it and stuff, they probably already know.
Right,
That's
So, I
true.
mean,
that's true.
Well, let's maybe go to the 15th.
Readdress
Instead of the week ahead of time, can we do it a couple days ahead of time?
Friday before or something.
Yeah, Friday
The
before.
12th?
The 12th, yeah.
What day's the day?
I hate that
Today's
calendar.
the I do too. Today's the 2nd.
Had to talk with the engineers to engineer a better calendar.
So that's 8 days.
Let's go.
8 days from, we're not counting today.
Well, and I don't think it's gonna make the paper this week, so it'll just make the paper for the first time next week Thursday, so they would have a 24-hour turnaround is all. Or to make the paper with the holiday
Or do
weekend.
we make it, do we make the deadline like between the 3rd
Well,
Monday in September and we do a final on the 6th? That way we got time to look at any applicants or not. I'm just throwing ideas out there.
Yeah,
Like if we did,
You'd be better off the fourth Monday in September or
like for
22nd or
example,
the
yeah, if we do a
29th.
deadline of 22nd or the 29th to review them, that would give us, you know, say if we do the 29th, that'd give us 3 days to
yeah.
take a peek at them. I'm just throwing out ideas. What do you guys think? You wanna just do the deadline of the 29th? That way it makes the paper, and it's in there, people can see it for a couple weeks. And then make the final decision on the October 6th meeting?
I think that sounds reasonable.
Do we need a motion for that? Monty, Mark?
I think it would provide some clarity in your meeting minutes if you did a motion, yeah.
Okay.
so moved.
Monty, could you read that? Or do this?
Okay, I will put the motion as to advertise for the position of the commission president and with parties to file a notice of interest with the city auditor, closing on September 29th at 5 p.m. with review of the applications on October 6th.
I'll second that.
Motion by Weidrich, second by Folkerts. Discussion.
Question,
Dan?
is the result of this then an appointment then by the board? Because you've already done the posting for a potential special election?
Yes.
And I only ask that question just for maybe clarity on how it's presented to the public?
Yes, at this point, it would be a board appointment. Thank you.
Any other discussion? Roll call.
Weidrich.
Aye.
Folkerts.
Aye.
Stern.
Aye.
Hack.
Aye. Motion carried. Still adjourned. Moving down to 6A. We will jump back to 5A when our engineer does get here. 6A, local permit raffle, Hazen area dollars for scholar. Monty.
Annual raffle they do to raise funds for scholarships. $50 each drawing on those specific dates through the end of the year.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion by Folkerts,
Second.
second by Stern. Discussion. All those in favor, signal by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Sorry about that, I could have wrapped in maybe 6A and B. 6B, local permit raffle, Hazen Public School.
National Honor Society, again, for educational activities and events for members of the Honor Society. 50/50 raffles, September 1st with the drawing, September 1st through April 30th with the drawing on April 30th.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Weidrich,
Second.
second by Folkerts. Discussion. All those in favor, signal by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Since we're on school stuff, Monty, can we jump down and take care of 6D, the local permit bingo for Hazen FCCLA?
FCCLA are doing bingo during the Harvest Fest, paying out those different types of bingos. Total payout will be $180.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Weidrich,
Second.
second by Folkerts. Discussion. All those in favor, signal by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Now we'll go to 6C. Amended parade route for Harvest Fest street closure.
As I said in the notes, they've changed the routes, starting on 9th Avenue, going down Main Street to 3rd Avenue, then up towards the Union Bank, the hub, and ending at 7th Street. They weren't aware of some events with midget football, youth football, and the tournament at the school for volleyball, so they thought rather than trying to do everything on 7th Street by the school, they would change the route. Again, this is just more or less for your information, that unless you want it.
The only thing I see about it is almost, a quarter of the route is not gonna be used.
Yeah, there, you won't be able to sit along the highway, yeah.
I would think it would be better to push it up to 3rd Street, come across on 3rd Street, then go down Main Street then.
Concern there was when we set up there, they've been blocking different residential driveways and stuff, and that's caused issues. So if they stay on 9th for their setup,
Couldn't you
they
use
could go across
front-
3rd,
Couldn't you use frontage road to set up?
then you block off 2 different ways around here. At least this way, they can still come in here and go down the frontage road. Otherwise, they'd have to go all the way down to go around.
That was my understanding too, what Monty said. You know, how it used to be where we lined up in the cul-de-sac streets back in the day. And then I asked Antoinette about the frontage road and she said, well, it's still, sounds like there's concern out there with blocking traffic and driveways and.
Do you think 9th is gonna have enough on it to set up there?
As of the other day, she had 10 people.
Yeah.
Well, that's just who signed up so
That's
far.
just who signs up. When we used to go down there, we used to use all 3 cul-de-sacs, you know.
Yeah, I
You know,
used-
granted, I don't think the parades are as big as they used to be, but last year, the football field parking lot was completely packed full.
Yeah.
Technically, they would be able to, once they got these first ones lined up, put them on Main Street and,
Filling down on it.
yeah.
Did she mention to you, Monty, at all about the street by the meat market
No,
at all for overflow, any overflow or not?
no, she did not,
Talking 3rd and 10th.
which would be an option, yeah.
I don't know.
I guess she's got it figured out.
Yeah.
And it'll likely change next year.
What?
Any other discussion?
The movie theater is empty. I don't know if that's a big enough area. I'm just coming from the opposite direction of 7th instead of starting over on the west side. I
They
mean,
did
you're
review
just blocking
that.
it off temporarily anyway. Would that be enough room for everybody to set up? still come down the same route then.
Like Monty said, they already looked at that, I guess.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
That we did.
Yeah, because it's not even gonna go, it's only gonna go to Napa and it's done from the south. So it'll start out West Hazen, come down Main, go up.
Well, you're, right now it's 9th, right? 9th?
No, it changed again. You
Oh.
gotta come look at the route.
Up the street.
It's not,
It is 9th Avenue to Main Street to 3rd Avenue
Right.
north. to
9th is only for setup. It's wider street.
That's what I mean, right? So you're not even going all the way down Main Street?
No,
No, just
it
a,
never was.
never was before.
No, because they got it partially blocked off for the Harvest Fest.
Yeah, there's a vendor show down by.
Oh, that's right, because of the
And
street
then,
dance.
and
Yeah.
the street, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I know I did hear a few elderly people that live up in the patio rooms are pretty disappointed it's not coming
That's
by their
all
place.
Yeah, it's quite a few people.
Yeah, when I talked to Antoinette about it, I'm like, yeah, that's a big traffic area going east towards the school, but I
It's
guess
gonna be
they
interesting to see where people are sitting out too.
they were concerned about safety and, which,
Yeah, I completely
Yeah.
understand now.
yeah. All right, moving on. 7A, golf cart ordinance.
We approved the first reading at the last meeting. I've made no changes. No changes were suggested. Did have a conversation with Attorney Donovan. He thought it may be wisest to wait until you have a full board to take action on it. But there again, it's all up to you.
Does that completely reset it then? We have to go through the first and the second?
No.
That would also put it past golf cart season if we wait till, because it's, October 6th.
Yeah, you'd be looking at the 20th more than likely, because if you have any point on the 6th.
Oh, yeah.
So refresh my memory, we asked the state about the path, right, Monty?
Correct.
And part of that was when we poured that path from basically, I'll say Dollar General to the course. That was state, I don't want to say state funded, but the state helped, or is it correct to say it's state funded?
Yes.
With the stipulation that those signs had to be on there.
Correct.
Yeah. And basically in that email, it sounded like they weren't budging on it.
No.
Which makes, I mean, it honestly makes sense.
So then it goes,
But it doesn't.
No, I know,
You know,
I know.
I get that they're trying to do it so it's safer for people walking and stuff like that, but it's also not safe to run a golf cart down the highway, which they legally can't do either.
Correct.
my question to that is, and this might be an answer from our force here at the meeting. I don't want to see a golf cart running along Highway 200, period, end of story. That's just way unsafer than, we're not gonna, if we request that we use that, even though it is marked, but we asked public to, if there is a pedestrian biker, to move off to the side and run along the side, is that a fair statement or not?
Well, it's just-
I know you're not gonna stop them from driving on the sidewalk.
The thing is, though, is it's just that, it's just a statement, a suggestion, there's no teeth behind any of it, so there's no way to enforce it, it's just asking, please move over for people, and that just kind of gets,
Right, I don't know how you're gonna enforce that.
I missed the first part, I'm sorry, what Monty was saying. Did we not get an exemption from the state
No.
then for that part? Okay, okay.
In the email they replied back, it didn't sound like they were budging.
They weren't gonna make
No.
sense.
No.
Even with the way that our city is set up, huh?
No,
yeah.
because back when that was poured,
Yeah,
that was state funded, and that was part of the
Maintenance agreement.
deal.
Yeah.
Ronnie?
No, I was just
Oh.
trying to think it.
Only thing I see about sending that statement out, you're almost enabling it to happen.
Well, that's just
That's
it.
what I.
Where the liability could come back on the city then.
Because we are ultimately liable. We have the signs up there for agreements, like, it says no unauthorized motor vehicles. I believe is what the terminology is on the sign, if I remember correctly. Yeah, and by,
So how many years have we been doing this though, is my question. I know what you guys are getting at, but I will state, I
But
do,
by not saying anything, they are using it at their own risk.
in a sense.
right,
Yeah, I'm hesitant on putting out anything regarding that. It says what it says, and it's just gonna have to live that way.
If we put out a statement basically giving them permission that potentially in the future could come back to hurt the city, and,
yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
you know,
Ronnie and Sam, how would you pursue that if you was to see that? Just a question.
I think that's putting them in a
That is,
pretty tenuous
Yeah.
oh,
position.
yeah. You're asking us to look the other way,
I think
you
that they
know,
will use
and
their best
not really
judgment.
backing.
Well, that's what I was,
Yeah.
best judgment.
I have a feeling that if there were to be an incident on the bike path with a golf cart involved, and somebody were to get hit and injured or whatever, I'm sure that person on the golf cart would most likely end up getting cited or
Right.
something to that effect. I'm not trying to speak on behalf
No,
of this.
no, and I'm not trying to put you guys on the seat, but again, I don't wanna see people drive around Highway 200.
No,
But
I
also,
just-
that's just kind of, like you guys were saying, but it's, right now, we're trying to find a solution for the years that this has been going on, like you had mentioned, and if we just continue it, continue discussion and not really, set something in stone or black and white for people to, understand that this is what the ordinance is gonna be. This is what the expectation is, then we're gonna still continue to have these conversations years down the road.
Right. Is
nothing we can do about
is
it.
there a way to look into making another designated path or something like that out to the golf course? Like, I don't know if that's for golf carts.
Where would you put it?
I don't know. I'm saying has never been,
Because the other question I had from a citizen was, all right, so per se, we drive along the median, we'll call it, of the bike path. You still gotta cross the railroad tracks, so you technically still have to come up on the
Yeah.
cart path and go off. So regardless, you're not only having to cross over a BNSF railway, you know what I'm saying? You can't really drive across the tracks on a golf cart.
And I've actually physically gotten on that part of the bike path a handful of times. It's been a while, but, so what you're saying is it doesn't seem practical to even approach that. Doesn't
I
seem
mean,
like there'd be a
I
way
just
to
don't-
put a-
Well, I mean, I guess like prior to that path,
Yeah,
on the south side there in the tracks and stuff, there was a
There isn't a,
trail there. Well, there was a trail. I don't know.
there still kinda is. It goes
Yeah.
back to the south a little bit,
There's a
and
little
then
bridge.
underneath the bridge,
The
where
bridge,
the
yeah,
tracks.
comes
and
out
then,
up, yeah.
Comes
A
over.
patrol vehicle fits in that driveway.
oh, underneath the railroad?
Four-wheeler running from the one side.
This is before my time, so
Yeah.
I know who the operator was.
so the trail basically went on the south side in the ditch,
Yes.
and then along the tracks,
Come back by
And then
SNC.
underneath?
Yeah.
Yep.
And
and
then
then come
back.
back,
Yeah.
and then in the ditch on the other side of the tracks to the golf course.
Yeah.
On the north side, yeah. Or the south side.
South
side.
South side.
Didn't know that.
It was there
No,
this spring,
it's
now
still-
I can't imagine it went away.
What's that?
And that wasn't
There's
legal
some
either.
violations
What do you mean?
there,
Because a golf cart isn't a highway vehicle.
Yeah.
So there is zero legal way to drive your golf cart to the golf course.
It doesn't, Starting to kind of seem that way. right?
Except
I mean,
for on the north side of 200, that's technically city property, the ditch.
We didn't have.
That extent.
So
That's
that
that
would
next
fall under this ordinance. And not under an off-road vehicle at the south side. So they could, but then they can't cross underneath the bridge. Where the bike path is, they have to go over 200.
I don't know, because we annexed the whole distance to the entrance to the golf course.
Yeah, but underneath that one bridge where the bike path is, the bike path, they're not allowed on that.
Yeah, there's no.
True.
So that part they would have to cross over the top of the road.
Yeah.
Which I would not like to see that happening there.
Especially where that kicks up to 55.
You're on a blind curve, ran into a golf cart.
I think if that were to happen, I think I'd be concerned about the 55 and almost suggest reducing the speed down to 25 or 35. Just that is a little bit of a blind corner, and you start going 55, and then all of a sudden you got a golf cart crossing that at 8 miles an hour. You can come up on it pretty quickly.
Is there a waiting list out there for storage for golf carts? Is that why
Oh, yeah.
there's so many
There's-
people that drive out there?
There's no,
No,
I mean,
no.
I don't see there's any physical place to put another cardboard.
They seem to be the new trend. I think everybody is getting one too.
Well, what are the wishes of the board?
Move to approve of the second reading.
I'll second that.
Motion by Stern and second by Weidrich. Any other discussion? Roll call.
Stern,
Aye.
Weidrich,
Aye.
Folker,
Aye.
Hack.
Aye. Motion carried.
And likely won't get published till next week, so we'll get that till after that.
Can I ask one thing? Can we publish can we just advertise this more so than we have before, just so people are abundantly clear on this? Like, can we do it on social media, paper, that stuff? I just want to make it so nobody has an excuse, well, I didn't know. If we could do that, I'd appreciate it, just to make, just blast it out there, what's going on.
Can we do it only on the second reading, Mark?
Yeah, it's approved.
Yeah, you guys just approved it, so.
Sam? Sam, can you put that on your guys'
Yeah, sure
Facebook
can, yeah,
page?
once you, yeah, I'll get it.
So what I would suggest doing is probably advertise it how you normally would advertise it right now, but then come spring again,
Yeah.
I would
So a reminder.
Kind of a campaign kind of
do a
thing.
little bit of a campaign.
I would like that,
And I think we probably need to publish part of the rationale or why we got
absolutely.
forced into this position as DOT, because I think that influences some of the decision there.
Well, the thing is too, is, I mean, it's just, everybody wants to know why.
Yeah.
Be told to do something, everybody wants to know why, so explaining that, I think would be highly beneficial, absolutely.
So the only way to change the bike path is through the state legislature.
Luck there.
Yep.
What is the fine?
It was, what was the final one? It
I
was
think they
a,
have it listed on
it
there.
was a
That's
step.
what they-
25, 50, and 150?
Second, yeah.
Depending on how many times you get caught?
Yes.
in violation.
20, 50, and 150.
20, 50, 100. Yeah, I thought, yeah.
So people can make a calculated risk or calculated decision.
Risk analysis, yeah.
All right. Moving on to 9 sewer, garbage.
I don't have anything this time.
Okay.
Thank you.
Streets, cemetery. I've got nothing until later. Dave, do you have anything else? Okay.
Other than went around with Dustin, I went around with the state forester. She was here the other day and started looking at elm trees for the emerald ash borer. Ash trees and looked at some of the Dutch elm disease trees again with her and had a pretty good day.
We're working with her for an emerald ash borer grant, so we can start addressing some of the ash trees in town.
All right. Finance, busing, library.
We have a public hearing today set to review increase in fees for school and demand response to $150. And then also for Bismarck trips, increase that fee to $15. Nobody came to the meeting, so I guess I would just make a motion to approve the increases in these fees. Again, that's to $150 for the school routes and demand response, and to $15 for Bismarck trips. I'd like to have that effective October 1. Maybe I'll do that works.
That was $1.50 and 15.
$1.50 and $15 for Bismarck trips.
What was it for Bismarck trips again?
$12. And that should hopefully somewhat kind of help offset in the future when we do have to pull the trigger on a new bus. Which we're always excited to go with that.
Any more word on, oh, go ahead and finish that, sorry.
That's all I got for that motion.
Motion by Folkerts for the increases,
Second.
second by Weidrich. Discussion. Roll call.
Folkerts.
Aye.
Weidrich.
Aye.
Stern.
Aye.
Hack.
Aye, motion carried. Okay. Any other headway or whatever on what our plan is for the bus barn, or not really, or?
Still trying to get a proposal for an appraisal on it.
Gotcha.
There's very few people doing commercial appraisals anymore, apparently.
Gotcha.
Do we have to pay them out at what it appraises at, or what their interest was?
It'll be based on their percentage of interest in it, on current value. Yeah,
So we're gonna pay them a lot more than they paid to build the building.
probably.
Correct.
We're the government and we're here to help.
Have we worked on getting Tammy her license?
Not yet.
I meant to ask her about that soon.
Has she got her permit yet?
No. Not that I'm aware of.
I'll have a chat with her. We'll get that, see if we can get that rolling.
Okay.
Other than that, that is all I have this time. Unless you have anything for finance. Okay.
All right, police, fire,
Got a couple runs for the fire department. On 8-4, we had a lift assist on Antelope Drive. And 8-11, there was a motor vehicle accident on 3rd Avenue on Highway 200. So, quiet on that.
Just drop the keyword.
Yep. That's all I have.
Officer Blakestead has completed the academy and has started his FTO training, so the public will see him more out and about, and just wanted to give everybody a heads up that they'll be seeing him.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Welcome, man.
Sam, do you know if we found a printer for the Explorer expedition?
I don't,
Jim's looking into it, and he hasn't got anything yet. We just discussed that, I think, in Monty, we talked about it last week, right?
Yes.
And he's looking into it, so.
and I know that he does want one of us to make a run down to the,
Surplus.
surplus,
Cluster.
yeah.
Oh, surplus.
Because we need a couple of things for the office too, for his new office. Desk, but he's got some desk in there, so. we'll be looking at that. Get a couple of things.
If we could arrange it, we could get, at the same time, with Dakota Comms, get that radio put in that
Yeah,
other vehicle at the
that'd be
same
good.
time, if possible.
Right,
Yeah.
Two birds on the stone type of thing.
sounds good.
Okay, nothing else from you guys? Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
That's all I got.
Okay, thank you. HCD, Myra?
We had our first reading of the budgets. They're not ready. Monty said that he'll be applying for the same mill levy that he did before, but I will submit it to you once it's approved by us. And then, finally, we're gonna have a meeting of the Pioneer Park Homes apartment, or the apartment complex. Finally got everybody together, and Dave kindly brought to my attention that there's a curb stop that sticks up. And we'll discuss it at that meeting, but that's not negotiable, that's gonna be fixed. And I have talked with Josh Meisner, and Dave has kindly agreed to work with him and get it fixed the way it should be. So we'll get that done.
Is it up in the concrete?
Yeah,
Sidewalk is settled, it sticks about this much high, it's a trip
Oh.
hazard and
Fine.
maybe a snow plowing hazard.
my luck, it would get sheared off.
We're
I'm
set.
30 minutes from here, so
Wow,
not that I can do
yeah.
anything. That needs to be fixed,
Oh, for sure.
so. Otherwise, I don't really have anything else.
All right. Monty, anything president-wise or no? Okay. All right, moving down to, do we still want to wait on Jarrett, or?
No, when he gets here, we can always take him up, but I would just keep going down the
Okay,
agenda.
okay. All right, moving down to 11A, award loader bid. Monty, Dave, whoever wants to talk, I guess.
Did you get a chance to go through the bids? Are they all pretty similar?
Real similar, yes.
With that being said, I make a motion to purchase the Komatsu loader for, I don't remember how much it is.
Let's find it here.
So that's a cat. It's $216,400.
Are you proposing that we trade ours in, or are you,
Actually, I know we can probably get more if we sell it outright, huh? Yeah, no, just purchase for $244,400.
Motion by Weidrich.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
Were they the lowest bidder that met 100% the spec?
From what Dave said, they are all very similar. My rationale behind it, John Deere's limited in my mind due to the litigation that's out there currently with the, what is that, the right to
Right to repair
right to
litigation.
repair. I'm sorry, but that eliminates it there. Case, I've always, in my personal opinion, I've always had an issue with Case. It just, I've never stood up for anything I have. So that goes to Cat and Komatsu. And I've ran both loaders a lot. For me running it, I would prefer Komatsu over Cat.
My question is, where in the bid spec did it have a spec for personal opinion, I guess?
But we also don't have to go with the cheapest bidder.
I'm not asking that, I didn't, you're saying that you've had issues with Case, I guess.
Yeah. But that also goes back to durability. You know,
Can I speak to or not?
Yep, go ahead.
So I guess, I don't understand, you're against RDO or against on John Deere?
It's on John Deere, not on our, it's on John Deere.
Okay, so then, but are you addressing a problem that's been with the machine for the last 20 years that you've had or not, or?
Not on John Deere, no.
Okay, So then, this is a new development, or,
There's litigation out there, and it's been ongoing for a long time. Finally, it's getting in the court systems that the right to repair stuff, I know you've heard about it, I'm sure. So I just like to eliminate that potential where we can't fix our own stuff, if need be, or take it to somewhere else to be worked on, other than, say, RDO or gooseneck or.
I understand that, but
Plus, I do believe, yes, the John Deere was the most expensive also. I believe it was just a
depends if you're
hair
taking
more
trade in.
expensive than the cat.
are you not taking a trade then? You're selling yours outright? Okay.
And why do you put it out for bid if it's gonna go personally what you want, I guess? Just asking the question.
Well, to keep it fair, to be honest.
Is it being fair, I guess, is what I question, yeah.
Mark, do we have any legal?
Well, I think you've got to provide a justification for not accepting the lowest bidder, but within that, I mean, you guys are in a position where you have discretion, and I think seeing the proposals, seeing the price sheets, seeing how that breaks down, you guys still have the right to exercise some discretion, because maybe that cost benefit analysis, if one of these other providers was significantly less than the one that you're suggesting we purchase, maybe that cost benefit says, well, I wasn't really thinking that I'd go this route, but because they put in such a competitive bid, maybe we want to go a different route. I think you've got to express a reason as to why you might accept this other bid, but you guys do have the discretion to take a bid that's not the lowest bid.
In my sales packet, I put in there the warranty as well, so we provide the fluids and filters for 3 years, 2,000 hours on top of it, so.
And there's certainly value in that. I don't know, I didn't personally look at those bid packages and stuff like that, so I don't know what the value is of that. I guess I would defer to the individuals who are looking at that, asking the right questions there.
Monty, can you scroll back up just slowly? So that was the Komatsu, right? 244, 400.
244.4. Yes.
Komatsu, 265, 300 on the cat, and 266, 250.
And John Deere, case still at the bottom at 235, 721.
And the case loader is a North Dakota designed and engineered product out of Fargo, North Dakota. So you're keeping the money within the state. Not a lot of people know that. They're there at the Steiger plant.
Dave, do you have any comments? It's Public Works Director.
Yes, we're talking less than 10.
Oh, hold on.
Going through all the brochures and flyers, I pulled my guys out at the shop, and they pretty much all said they would prefer to try a cat.
It's been a while since we've had a cat, hasn't it? Have we ever had a Komatsu? That you're aware of?
I asked all them guys and asked them for their opinions or whatever. They're the ones that spend most of the time here running the equipment or whatever. That batch of guys will be here long after I've retired or other people have left or whatever.
What's in that, like the 265, right?
That's 265.
Again, I'm just curious on the operator preference, I guess.
Oh, from my guys?
Well, just for any, you know, for that being a spec, I understand it's confusing to me to put it out for bid. For John Deere, I'm sure as well, to operator preference, you know.
I guess we all also thought you're probably gonna take a trade because you offered that you wanted the trade. And it did say in there that we may do it, but we're assuming that you're going to if you're putting it in there, you know.
Doesn't say trade in as an option, or how's it worded, I guess, I can't remember.
Yeah, it does say something like that.
I was in the notice, not on the proposal.
Yeah.
I don't have the notice with me.
Any other discussion? So we got a motion on the floor from Commissioner Weidrich to purchase the Komatsu.
For how much more?
244.40.
9,000 more, so roughly 244 versus 235,721,
Little over 8.
a little over 8, yeah, a little over 8,000 more.
I guess my point is that price is not an issue because you're willing to spend more than the 20 years that we've been with you guys in the shop and been a good machine. I guess sometimes to me that track record means a lot, you know. So if we're looking to spend money on quality, well, I think you guys have seen it.
But we're also talking 20-some $1,000 difference there between the Komatsu and the John
I
Deere.
understand, but you guys are already willing to spend more money. So I'm just putting that out there.
$8,000 difference versus 20, well, that'd be 28 grand difference. That's a big difference there.
Understand, but the other side of it is if you're not paying it on the bottom side, you may get it back on the top side, you know what I mean? So,
And what case, just curious, what case products have you had that you've operated?
Skid steers, loaders, backhoes,
Models?
excavators. I couldn't tell you models off the top of my head, to be honest with you, sir.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor. Do I hear a second? Do I hear a second? All right, not here a second. The motion dies. Do we open it up for discussion again, Monty?
I would just like to say that, you know, I guess we didn't go with the low bid on like every time that we, you know, just spec'd out a piece of equipment, so. So it's not that we've always went with low bid, but.
Right.
And I'm gonna be honest, I don't know the first thing to talk about when it comes to these, to loaders or anything like that. You can just go off of what I'm told by other people. You guys are the ones running it, and you guys prefer the cat, so I'll make a motion to purchase the cat, the loader from cat for,
265, 300.
yeah, $265,300.
Is that with, obviously without the trade-in?
Without the trade rate, we're gonna try and sell that privately, right?
Okay.
Without the trade.
Motion by Folkerts,
Second.
second by Stern. Discussion.
So I just have a question about the, I guess, like maintenance, who would be the one, doing the service?
We do all the service ourselves, as far as oil changes and that type of stuff, yes.
Okay.
Any other discussion?
Are you guys worried about them having to be proprietary to do their own work? Like you are for John Deere?
Any other discussion? Roll call.
Folkerts,
Aye.
Stern,
Aye.
Weidrich,
No.
Hack.
Aye. Motion carried. My reasoning, guys, nothing against you guys. I don't know a lot about the heavy equipment, the payloaders, but I'll listen to the public works people because they're in it day in and day out. We do have guys that have been in, we've got a case of John Deere, we've got guys in a CAT before, so I've got to support our guys out in the field running the equipment. I hope you understand that. And like Casey said, we don't always take the lowest bidder. Not on payloaders.
All right, thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you, guys.
Moving on. New business, 12A, request for duplicate warrant, T&M Tree Service.
TM Tree Service did some work for us. We made payment on August 5th and mailed it. They have not received it yet, so Mike from T&M was in today and requested that we approve a new one for them, and he will stop and pick it up.
Motion to approve?
Motion by Weidrich,
Second.
second by Stern. Discussion.
That means we're gonna cancel the previous check?
Correct.
Oh, yeah. Motion and a second. Roll call.
Weidrich,
Aye.
Stern,
Aye.
Folker,
Aye.
Hack.
Aye, motion carried. 5A, Monty.
Yeah, he was hoping he would be here by 8 at the latest.
Okay.
I know from their report, the only thing he really wanted to talk about was the DOT flex fund. He's not sure. Everything he could find regarding that section of road, County 27 north of the bridge there, would be city maintenance,
County?
not county. Because it's not the bridge, it's after the bridge,
Yeah,
That's the
so.
box.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So that would be city responsibility. So his thought was, if we have an asphalt crew in here next spring doing our patching, he could work with them to get a bid to do some work to level that and make it better.
Could we asphalt right over the top of the concrete that's
Yes,
already
you can.
there? We can?
Yes, you can.
I didn't know if there was a weight.
Yeah, I think I
issue.
asked Jared that one time too, and he said they could do like an overlay over the concrete.
So
That'd be ideal.
So it almost seems to me, I've really been paying attention to that, right on the north side of that bridge, in the section before the block there.
Yep.
I mean, common sense would tell me that, are we seeing a slide to the creek? It's weird how there's two dips, you know what I'm saying? Or could it be just
Well,
not good compaction over the years, or?
So in an old meeting, on the people that did that work, I'm trying to think, they were then, I guess, like here then in the street project a couple of years ago. But anyway, then they said that the next foundation there is not good stuff. It's just a bunch of, it's like rock, I guess, thrown in there, so,
I could see that.
yeah, so.
So that's what it does, even if you just look at it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the
There's
box
two swells.
culverts is
Yeah.
lower than the two roads.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But the bridge surface itself is not in good shape either.
Not great, no,
But it's not our responsibility.
Yeah.
and I know the state has been doing bridge inspections and stuff, so.
Just
But
'cause
if
I'm-
we could just overlay it, that'd help out dramatically.
Then also, since I'm a stickler for sidewalks, address the sidewalk situation going along the side of it too, because that's getting, yeah, it's pretty angry.
Well, shoot. I wonder if Jared's gonna be available our next meeting.
As far as I know, he is, yeah.
He's on the way.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, I just talked to Councilman Baker. So he's on his way.
Okay. So are we
Yeah.
willing to set a few minutes and wait for Jared then?
We still have public comments.
All right. So we're gonna move down to 13, public comments. Hearing none. Dave, are you sure? Dan? Okay. Hearing none. We're gonna go ahead and approve the bills.
Motion to approve bills as presented.
Motion by Weidrich,
A second.
second by Folkerts. Discussion. Roll call.
Weidrich,
Aye.
Folkerts,
Aye.
Stern,
Aye.
Hack.
Aye, motion carried. Do we have to go into recess? Or just
You just sit here.
sit and wait? Okay.
218, you said he was on his way.
Ronnie is out there, so.
Dan, you could have made public comments, you were here.
Could've. Was your guys' attention to the golf course, or the golf cart ordinance brought up by some concerns, or was that just the next ordinance that got selected for review?
So it's been, I'll just say ongoing.
Increasing.
Increasing, there you go. Increasing concerns of potential happenings, young, like we're talking young,
10-year-olds driving
10 and
golf
under
carts.
driving golf
With no
carts.
adults or nothing with them, you know. There's been a couple of them below stop signs and almost get T-boned by cars, so. And then there was new state legislation that came out,
This
out
most recent
of this
session.
last session, so.
So is there an age restriction?
Have to have a driver's license.
Okay.
Yeah, that's,
Or have a permit with a licensed driver, just like driving a vehicle.
all licensing requirements as you were to need for driving a car down the road. Applies to golf cart, applies to anything on public roadway.
Okay.
And that's not just golf carts, it's
That doesn't apply, or does that apply on a golf course itself?
No,
Okay.
no, that's considered private property, or not a public roadway.
You know, not a roadway.
Yeah.
Monty, Jared just texted me.
Yes.
I just told him to come on in. He's on the way. Wanted to know if he wanted to call in. I said, no, just come in. I'm just waiting for
Let
him.
them know where the countdown is.
So the sign that says no motorized vehicles, does that also constitute the e-bikes that are out there now?
Those fall under.
So, that's a loaded question.
Yeah, yeah, good question, is not really the case about that.
So, there's 3 different classes of e-bikes.
Okay.
There's class 1, which is considered a bicycle. There's class, and that is no throttle, just a pure pedal assist. Most e-bikes are not class 1. Class 2, they are max out at 20 miles per hour as far as the electrical assist. You can still pedal faster than 20. And then class 3 can go in excess of 20, plus they have an actual throttle. And technically a class 3, you're supposed to have a license for it. Most e-bikes now have become class 2 and class 3. I would venture a guess that half or more of the e-bikes around town are class 3, and I would bet that there's not any class 1s anymore. 10 years ago, you saw quite a few class 1s, but now you just don't see them.
You don't, you see the little rockets on an e-bike going up and down the dang roads, yeah.
Actually, like my
Scooters
e-bike,
are the same way, some of the scooters just fly.
I did not know at the time that I bought the e-bike that I have, but mine's a class 3, and I can get that going 38 miles an hour without hardly even trying. And it's like, this is a little fast. I think I'm gonna get a helmet.
What streets do you go on at 38?
I have a track record of Mr. Lovely's question, so I'm glad you asked.
Nowhere in town.
Well, you did say streets.
Well, if you go inside about one.
Doesn't mean that Hazen's the only place for streets.
We got streets and avenues around the country now too.
That's true. We do.
No, actually, I did it on the George Mickelson Trail down in Deadwood. And there was nobody on there, and I'm thinking, oh, how fast I can go on this. And before I eased up off the throttle, I was going 44 miles an hour. And I was like, I don't know if I want to brake or what do I do here? This is faster than I thought I could go. That was also the same way about a helmet.
You have to get a motorcycle license for that.
What is the range on your e-bike?
With the one that I've got,
At 44 miles an hour.
44 miles an hour, it's actually further than you'd think. If I'm pushing it hard, I can get about 35 miles on it.
Well, that's pretty good.
If I'm just puddling around like to and from work and things like that, I can get just about 55 miles, just under 55, like 53.
Full or empty briefcase?
Doesn't seem to matter.
Does that charge the battery at all while you're pedaling then? Does it just strictly charge?
If I bring the charger into the office with me and plug it in, if it's about dead, it'll be fully charged by the time I go at lunch again. So, I mean, it charges fast. It almost surprises me with that they're not becoming a lot more popular for just going point A to point B.
It seems like they're starting to, but I think the price point is scaring a lot of people off yet.
It's getting there though.
You know,
So that, what I see in general down in Arizona is within our complex, they seem to have started out pretty popular. People invested in them and they kind of turned out to be a little bit like having a boat. And they found that when they weren't using their boat, it didn't really justify having it.
Yeah.
And so some of these people, at least what I saw is, they didn't seem to have them very long before they had them for sale, trying to recoup whatever they could get out of it because they weren't riding them as much as they had hoped.
I can see that.
I think the more that just like with anything electronical, once the cost becomes more reasonable, I think we might. Because I mean, they're still paying a pretty penny to.
They've came down a lot.
And I think they're gonna once they become more accessible to people.
Yeah.
I just hope that doesn't introduce, because I'm seeing kids just on the road on their texting on their dang cell phone on their bicycle. Like, oh my goodness.
What I really got mine for is when I go elk and bear hunting down in Wyoming, I can go anywhere in Wyoming on that you can take a horse, and there's nothing that I can't do on my e-bike that I could do with a horse. I mean, that thing will climb like you wouldn't believe. Just got to put it in its lowest gear, and I don't pedal for that. I let the bike do it, but it takes me right on up.
Do you really pedal for any of it?
I do.
Okay.
But anytime I'm in town and things like that,
Yeah.
I would say that 80% of the work is done by me pedaling.
See, and I only ask that because I would be the one. who'd
Yeah.
say, this thing is sweet. I would never rotate the pedal off. Ankle grinder in the driveway, done. I'd weld them up to the frame so I could just.
Harlan connect.
You
That's
guys
the only reason I asked that question.
like the mopeds, the three-wheel mopeds with the pedal, you could, but those were, those were gas though, weren't they?
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking old
Casey has 3
mopeds.
for sale right now.
You know, I used to have one. In the pedals and stuff, you know, if you would leave one down and turn with it, well, it'd get caught on the road. And frickin' crash you.
How do you know that?
Speaking from experience.
I did a similar thing with my e-bike.
Oh, yeah.
I was riding a dirt trail and I went down the center of a rut and my pedal snagged the top
Oh,
side
yeah.
of the rut. And
Yeah.
you want a way to go ass over tea kettle. I had a road rash from the top of my forehead to my chin.
I just texted him again to see if he was here yet.
Wouldn't that be funny if Ronnie's got to pull over?
Dude, I know.
New badge, you know?
No, trust me,
They're gonna be
I know exactly how that ends up going when you're a new cop.
Were you the one that issued me the get out of jail free card?
Most
I got
likely.
stopped the other day going 84 in South Dakota and they gave me a warning in a 60.
Yeah, I told him, hey.
Oh.
Yeah, that's like going to
Why
jail.
did you talk to me out of that? Did you
They do not
pull
back
out your
around
lawyer
that.
badge?
No, I literally turned to the officer and said, I think I made a mistake. And he said, I think you did too. And I said, does sorry count? And he says, this time it will.
South Dakota's look.
Yeah, that's like going to jail speeds down
Yes.
there. They have zero. They have like 0 speed, which is nice.
So if you gave me a get out of jail free card, just take that to my license. Thank you.
Yeah. It's a
Because I thought I was smoked.
Whoops.
Good thing is you wouldn't have to hire an attorney.
I might have done that.
Might have wanted to, just in case.
Oh my gosh.
See, that's what I'm talking about. You get more with honey than you do vinegar. Like, because what he normally does is when you stop Mark, he's like, do you know who I am? That whole thing. And it's like, oh, here we go again.
Here in about 4
I'll
minutes.
just do that with you.
Okay, fair enough.
Not Monty. Okay.
You ever find out whose property that is in the water tower, or the down tower? It's ours. Just
Just that little section.
just that small little block.
My God, Mark.
It's on.
You were flying. Were you between?
Well, and it was just me not paying attention. I would love to say it was anything but that.
I'll
but
say it.
I got off the interstate and I just hit resume and wasn't paying attention. Just pulled out to pass a black truck with an antenna on it and turned out that black truck with an antenna.
I also have lights on the cops on the inside.
That's it. Is
It was kind of fun when I'm going by him. I look and he looks at me and we make eye contact. I'm like, this isn't gonna go well.
Did you do the same thing that people do with me with the slick top? They'll come flying up behind over the side like, oh crap, and then they dip that back down.
Nope, I
You just committed to it. And just
I committed to it way down. At least I'm gonna be friendly and hope that he gives me a little bit of grace, because at that point, You're in trouble.
Right over. Now that they're here, we should probably stop talking about it.
Hey, guys.
Is the attorney breaking the law?
Yeah, you're right.
All right, 5A.
I apologize, did not think it'd be this late. No, I'm serious, you know, we're working over there now, and the meeting at 5:30, you know, I still try to get here at 5:30 and then go to theirs at 6:30. The swap was just a bad night, we're doing a long presentation on streets over there, so.
No worries.
Okay, so the only,
Thanks for coming in, Jerry.
yeah, no problem. The only thing I have on the agenda then was, remember we are applying for DOT flex funding for Loop by Cenex, and the question was asked, can we apply for 2? And because the other bucket is that bridge bucket, so we left the meeting that night and we looked at the bridge, the roadway over the box culvert. I think more specifically, we got the bridge, which is county owned, and then we've got the box culvert. Monty and I both did a little, he did more digging than I did. We're pretty certain the box is owned or was built by the Water Resource District. Does that sound right, Casey? Probably.
I'm gonna say that we did it. That Cavalier, I guess, outfit, what's the name of that place?
Oh,
Yeah, we did it, but it was using some funding through the
Okay.
Water Resource Board.
yeah.
So they were able to get some of the funding.
There was a joint,
Yeah, there was a joint powers agreement and
so the whole bucket of flex funding is for bridges. And there's really nothing wrong with that box culvert. There's some flares that have tilted up a little bit, we've been watching for a couple of years, but for the most part, it's the roadway over it. To me, to fix the roadway, we would recommend, at a minimum, like some asphalt leveling course and then mill and overlay with some curb replacement and some mud jacking to the sidewalk. Sidewalks are both sunk, curbs are both sunk, and then the road is doing this. We can apply for some money through the bridge bucket. It seems to me like it's a stretch because we're fixing the paved road over the bridge, but maybe that doesn't
That's
matter.
due to the bridge sinking.
I know. I know. That's how we would write the application. I don't have a formal cost estimate. I'm assuming a couple $100,000 to do what we're talking here, you know, to level the road, overlay it, but just being clear, I'm not recommending we do anything to the box itself other than maybe reinstall the flares that have moved a little bit. If you go by there, you can kind of see, if you look down, the 2 flared end sections at the bottom are kind of pulled apart a little bit. You can get a couple fists in there, but that shouldn't have anything to do with why the roadway is moving here. So, it's not that big a deal to submit a second one, other than, you know, if they look at your second one and award that and not award your top priority, which I assume is the one by Cenex.
Right.
And I suppose you can't combine them, or probably not be a wise idea.
We
to
looked
combine them.
at, I don't know how you combine them. They're not even on the same road, yeah.
Yeah, they have nothing to do with each other at all.
So, if you'd like, I can submit a second flex fund application for, you know, X dollar amount, seeking X amount. Or if you don't like that, you know, we're gonna have asphalt company in town next year, we could just piecemeal it together where we look at leveling course and overlay of that road and just fix it and just skip the DOT funding. It's your call though. I think if we did something like that, it definitely wouldn't be as good. We'd probably just do the bare necessities of filling the low spot and leveling course, and then, you know, we could or could not address the sidewalks and the curb at the same time.
I was just gonna say, if we go that route, then we wouldn't be looking at the sidewalks.
Yeah, I'd really like to see that fixed. That's getting pretty. The sidewalks all over pretty.
Sidewalks too.
Yeah, they're getting pretty haggard.
Yeah, they've sunk. They're not great, but anyways,
So,
go ahead.
so Jared, I guess on that project, I guess I'm not really as worried about the road, I guess, about the foundation and stuff. Because I think it's just going to, I mean, it's like, you know, I guess it's gonna sink more and more, you know, so I mean,
Without doing something a little more extensive, like some type of soil borings, I can't say for certain. I would say you're probably right. If there's, I mean, it looks to me like we got the box culvert and then things are pretty much settling on both sides. That it's, I'm sure it's moist soil, a lot of traffic on that road. It's a county road, so you can have heavier vehicles on it. A leveling course and overlay would be a repair without really truly studying what's going on below it. I'd be addressing the symptoms rather than, you know, truly analyzing what the problem is. You're right. So if we want to try and figure out what is causing it to sink on both sides, I would expect that we'd have to get a quote for a geotechnical report, and then they would tell us what's going on, and then we could fix it.
Do you think that thing was designed to have trucks at 105.5 go across it?
Was it 2010, 2009? What year was that? 10. I mean, it's a county road. It would have had to be, the road section should have been designed appropriately. I don't know.
But that was 80,000 pound road at that time.
Yeah, it's a good road.
The county upped it to 105.5.
Let's just say that
I do know, like, from what I've seen, these roads are getting beat up now that they moved it up to 105.5.
a different option would be to apply for flex funding and replace that asphalt road with a concrete road. Because if you think that it's more of an issue because of the structural loadings, I would probably assume that we would build like a, you know, something more suitable for truck traffic than what's on there now. If we peeled it off and did that, I could make an assumption, Casey, that we would, you know, use some type of engineered product like some geogrid or some control density fill or something below that to. At this point, I'd have to assume that it's sinking because of mushy, soft ground. It could be an option, but I would probably recommend that we go concrete then.
Is there any kind of funding available out there at this time for that type of scrutiny on it and potential repair?
Well, what we're looking for right now is that the DOT Flex Fund is accepting applications until September 19th. And they're looking for cities and counties to apply for projects. We kind of went through the criteria last meeting, and we kind of settled in on the roadway by Cenex. Our roadway's kind of falling apart right now. I do think this project would meet a lot of criteria because it's a county road through town. It's an important transportation corridor. So this project may even qualify better, maybe, but it's smaller. I have not finished the application for the other one, so. But yes, there's funding right now available to apply for through the DOT Flex Fund. And we can apply for 50%, 75%, or 100%, but you're scoring, and you know, everything you do, the more local share you have, the more points you get.
I'm assuming if you went after both locations, so that might take away from the attention over there by Cenex, which we obviously know that there's going to continue to be a tremendous amount of truck traffic on that street there.
Yep, and so we have until September 19th to submit an application or 2 applications, and I will get either one of them or both of them done if you see fit. But
Until when? September 19th?
yeah, but
Would it make sense at this time to, I know it's a Band-Aid fix with the overlay type approach like that, with the idea of continuing to watch for the next round of funding that might constitute a deeper dive on that particular area. That would buy you some time there, kind of like the buying the time over by Cenex, you know, by doing some of that overlay work that you did right now.
Yes, like filling in the areas and overlaying it, I agree, is probably a Band-Aid here. It may get us 5 years or 10 years, but if the root cause is what you're talking about, that there's something going on underneath, I would expect that it will sink again.
So that concrete that's there on the roadway, is that part of the actual box culvert itself? Or is
No.
that just, there's dirt in between the box culvert and the concrete?
Yeah.
That's over the top of it?
Yeah, yeah.
Why did they go with concrete over the top of it?
Probably because of the situation, because they'd expect that it would settle.
And that was, that was before the road project, right? I don't remember them doing the concrete over
They
that.
said it was 2010 that they did.
Yeah, but that was
I don't
concrete
know.
work over that in 2010.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, it was.
Was it 2010?
And I think it was, I guess, like mixed with that chlorine or whatever you do with the cold weather. I think
It was cold weather concrete procedures.
yeah,
Okay.
Geez, I don't remember
chlorine,
that.
right? So what they mix with it?
That was all part of that flood control project.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
2010, I wasn't on board though.
That's cold. Okay.
That's why I wouldn't have remembered it.
So, yeah.
Because the concrete itself looks good. Actually, it looks better, in better shape than the bridge surface.
It's very, very common to have issues on the edges of bridges where the buckets are. It's not,
What would the board wish to do on this?
The Cenex project is a lot more expensive of a project.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to risk that one by going after a smaller project.
Yeah.
And I also don't want to see that one not get worked on, because it is pretty rough.
I'm kind of with Mr. Pillar and his idea with the, I don't know, if we overlay it and see what's coming available next year kind of thing for a potential grant opportunity to try and get to the root of the problem.
So what I'm hearing is get a bid and come to the table with it.
If you'd like me to get a quote to do some leveling and overlaying up there, I can bring that to you. That's not that big a deal. You know, we probably just, I can either just call the contractor that I know is gonna be in the area and get a quote from them. The next step would be to prepare a set of plans and specs to get bids. I don't think we need that yet, but,
That probably wouldn't be until after the first of the year, correct? That generally when you do next year's stuff?
yeah, it's just, that's a different level. You know, if you expect multiple quotes on it, I would probably, want an engineering task order to design it. I'm kind of thinking I just call someone that I know is going to be up here to try to start get some estimated pricing on what I think should happen. And give you those for budgetary numbers.
So my next question would be is it potential, or how could we incorporate fixing the sidewalk along with that? The two separate things?
Probably.
The same thing, or
There's probably two separate things.
that's something that we could address sooner than later also?
I could do all of it right now if you want me to.
Well, yeah.
It's just, if you want the sidewalk fixed now, I would probably go to either Winkler or a company that specializes in curb jacking and just get a quote. And
Could
have
we,
you-
could we do that?
I can.
Yes, good at that, just see what it would run to get that sidewalk fixed.
It's your guys' decision, and you have to tell me if you want it to be separate or together, and if you want it to be replacement, or if you want it just to be repaired. Because repaired won't be as good, but it'll be cheaper.
Like repaired, just in case we.
When the last time we got a quote, it was out by your place out there, the sidewalk was in pretty rough shape. We got a quote both ways. And it was actually cheaper to replace it than mud jacket.
Okay.
Yeah, Jen was still on at that time.
Yeah.
It was actually quite a bit
Considerably,
different in price.
considerably less to replace.
Kind of really shocked me, but
Is there anybody local that does curb jacking, or is it
yeah,
Bismarck?
stone thing.
Yeah.
Rock
Is it-
solid?
Rock solid,
Out of
Yeah.
B-Rock.
Okay.
Right there.
Yeah.
We can assist in getting some quotes lined up, that's not an issue. Okay.
So, do we wanna do it together or separate quotes? Roadway and mud jack, or?
Me and stuff, I wouldn't, I guess, spend the money on it. There's stuff if the base is bad.
Well,
Yeah,
that's just it,
So,
that's just it,
it's basically, it literally is just a Band-Aid.
yeah.
yeah.
But that Band-Aid could get you by for 10 years, you know.
Or to the next potential grant
Or it
cycle.
could fail in the next year, you know.
Yeah.
It's been up there for
But no,
15
not
years.
like-
No,
Yeah, it's not an emergency.
If I know you're not going to apply for DOT flex fund for it, then I'll get that out of my head, and then we can go to the next thing. But if you are wanting a DOT flex fund application to do something, I need to know so I can prepare.
I don't think we're going that route.
No.
For that
Or
spot.
just the
Not for
Senate-
that
For that, not, yeah, for that
Just the
spot,
Senate spot.
just the Senate
And I
spot.
can, and if I know that it does not have to be done by November 1st, we can work on any number of options. And if you think it warrants the geotechnical investigation, I'll get quotes for that. But, we can continue to work on it.
Wishes of the board, we wanna, I don't know. I'm kind of with Casey, but I understand your point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
but that Band-Aid could be,
but it's not something we have to do right this minute.
Yeah.
And it does
Right,
serve as
no.
kind of a nice little speed bump through there too. I mean, to be honest with you, because
Better gonna have to start wearing a mouth guard with my e-bike.
when you go over that at 35, 40, 50 miles an hour, we don't want to see you hurt.
so do we wanna just, keep it in the forefront then? Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that fair? Keep it on our minds?
let's move forward with the grant for the Senex
Yeah,
area.
that's what I
In the meantime, I'll see if I
Right, yeah.
can assist you in getting some closer budgetary numbers.
That north roadway leading to the bridge, coming from the south, remember a few years back, how that was all hollowed out, and we had Pride Contractor cut them holes and put that portable fill in there. Really, that should be opened up, that was all plywooded off on the end, really, that should be opened up, and a guy should look in there and see if that portable fill is still holding, or if that's all hollowed out again, if the guy's gonna work on the north side. There's probably gonna be some work that would need to be done on that south side, if you kind of remember when that was done.
At that time, we could see it, right? We could see it from the side.
Right, then we closed that off, or Pride Contracting closed that off with plywood, you know, to put that portable fill in to hold it till it cured out.
Pumps and
But it's
controls.
never to be bumped that in or whatever, but
Was that in between the two?
you'll see it when you go across the bridge, there's 4 squares that was cut. And we
Gotcha.
made them gravity boxes that he poured it in and filled in them voids or whatever, but whether that is still holding or not, you know, if you're gonna work on the north side, the guy might want to inspect that south side again and see how that's holding up.
If we could see something, great. If not, it would take some drilling of some holes to truly to tell.
Yeah, no, I could open that plywood
Okay.
side up and look in there again.
I'll go with you. Check it out. Not tonight.
All right. Any other discussion? Hearing none. Meeting adjourned.